all of you. Thank you for joining this rather unconventional celebration of the Lawton High School class of 2020. Joining me here at the stage at this time, and ask to hold your applause until each has been introduced. President Walter Hitchcock, Vice President Stephen Carroll, rattle off the entire lineup of 76 Pittsburgh Steelers for saying hello to Ella. We are here, and you see your diplomas. And her influence on his life. The coach learned that he was on her deathbed shortly after his team had lost the playoff game. At her bedside, he questioned whether or not he was cut out to be the team's coach. When his mother looked him in the eye and said, "You're right where you're supposed to be." So, while I would have preferred to celebrate this milestone in a more traditional way, I think we all need to step back and consider the wisdom in these simple words. You're right where you're supposed to be. There are many regrets about what your senior year could have been. Prom, spring sports, concerts, and a class trip are just some of the events you weren't able to enjoy. But rather focus on what could have been, I prefer to focus on what was. I'm thankful for so many memorable moments in this class. Who could forget the football team setting a school record for 10 minutes and serenading the whole crowd, taking I'll remember the excitement in the LHS gym when the wrestling team won the regional title and watching on a live stream as Landon won a state championship. I'll remember Madison recording 500 kills and being selected as the WSJM Athlete of the Week. I'll remember the senior leadership demonstrated during yet another district title run for the competitive cheer team. And we were all so excited for the boys basketball team when they made it to district finals. Unfortunately, the school shutdown prevented that game from ever being played. But in my eyes, you are also champions. Your excellence is not just limited to the athletic arena. I'm thankful for the opportunity to watch many outstanding performances, including our concert band at festivals, choir concerts, and our shows. Among my favorite memories will be watching our robotics team come from the back of the pack and win the St. Joseph District Band. So many accomplishments. And I don't want to forget to set the record straight. Seniors, you absolutely beat teachers with your mock rock performances at your homecoming. And of course, you excelled in the classroom and are well on your way for what comes next. Whether your future takes you to college or post-secondary training, the military, or the world of work, please know that you made us proud. Before making my closing statement, I want to thank the parents of the class of 2020 for your support of these outstanding young people. And also, really happy Father's Day to the dads out there. I also want to thank our administrators, teachers, and staff for your dedication to our graduating seniors. Your work has been inspiring these past few months. Closing class 2020, you are ending your high school years with very few years. Protests, unlike anything since the civil rights movement, far too many people focused on dividing when we should be united. These are certainly challenging times. There's a quote attributed to Thomas Munson that says, "Our most significant opportunities will be found in our greatest challenges." These opportunities await each of you. You've made Lawton High School a better place, and now we'll make the world a better place. And now I'd like to introduce our first student speaker, Ethan Jones.
Welcome and thank you to all the faculty, administration, parents, and guests for making this graduation possible. We appreciate all that you have done to help us be successful. It is your dedication, guidance, patience, and leadership that helped to lead all of us today. To the class of 2020, we have made it. Although the end of this year has not gone as scheduled, as we do from the there is no doubt that we will be defined by our resilience, our ability to overcome adversity as they grew stronger and overcame these obstacles. This is what school has truly been prepared for. While it is exciting to be receiving our diplomas today, I just want to clear the missteps along our journey.
Come here, follow me. I said, I'm fine, but you got my food. What? My blue food. Can't take very long.
Many art classes in this world, but one of the most important things we have learned is how to overcome our challenges. We are all here today because the end of this school year marked the final challenge before we are sent off into the real world, and we have passed. Thank you to all of you for not only being great classmates, but also great friends. Garden circus, with everyone dressed as tigers, strongmen, and acrobats, to all the carnivals throughout elementary school, where the state troopers showed us who the real dodgeball champions were. We've shared memories all out on many of our last senior moments, like our sports season, our senior trip to Cedar Point, parading through the halls in our caps and gowns, or the opportunity for endless senior pranks. Missing the tail end of our senior year is a small concession today for everything else we were able to experience. We should be thankful for our journey at LCS and the wonderful memories that were made along the way. In the words of Dr. Seuss, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. Stay in the knowledge that we hold the key within ourselves to achieve situations, as a sunny day is sure to arrive. Thomas Edison once said, many of life's failures are men who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. I would like to thank my parents for always supporting and believing in me. I would also like to once again thank Mr. Rice, Ms. Wilson, the school board, and the entire staff and administration of Lawton Community Schools for making this graduation ceremony possible. We all appreciate the time and effort you have put into making this night a reality. It is certainly a night none of us will ever forget. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Next we'll have Ivy Strasberg. Thank you, Ethan.
Hello, everybody. First of all, I just want to congratulate all of us on making it through probably one of the most eventful school years in Lawton's history. This year was full of ups and downs and weird diseases from the Triple E to COVID-19. However, amongst all the inconveniences the world had to offer, we managed to pull off a pretty impressive last year of high school, as well as the longest senior skip day in history. We watched our 2019 football season go further than it has in years, watched the wrestling team and competitive cheerleaders kill it again, and watched the robotics team win their first district tournament just after 4 years of competing. We got to spend our surrounded by the people who give and who inspire such a tightly knit community. Lawton wouldn't be the way it is without the staff keeping it running smoothly. We're lucky enough to have a small enough student population to keep close ties with our teachers, so we always have someone to talk to when we need it, but not which had 25 members my freshman year and now has over 60, and noticed. We have been bled away from the learning experience. I'll admit, I didn't realize how advantageous a smaller student body is until I discussed our graduation with my coworkers from Paw Paw. I mean, we actually managed having our own graduation ceremony, a Lawton graduate, and I'm sure the rest of us can say the same. I want to thank the teachers and staff for encouraging us to keep our heads high, but I want to give a special thanks to my parents and family for continuing to support my high school career, even when I'm editing my grad speech 4 hours before graduation. I hope we can all find happiness in our future.
He's somewhere in the middle because of his last
They
name.
say our class is one of a kind because of our situation regarding the COVID-19 virus. I don't believe that's true. To me, our class has always been special.
Attempting to write this speech has been a challenge. To be honest, we missed out on a lot. While I was outlining, I aimed for this part to be based on the memories I had collected. However, after reaching out to several classmates, we have all concluded that our memories of our class being united were lacking. Most of our time together has been living in the present, and I won't deny that most of these memories I would have highlighted may have come from the remainder of our senior year. However, if there is one thing I would like for us to remember, it is that even though there may be no vivid picture of our unity, the majority of us have still felt united during our high school careers. This feeling is precisely why our class, our trials and triumphs, has held steady throughout our years at Lawton. While most classes are occupied by cliques and separate groups, ours has never been in totality. The class of 2020 to share. Falling back to the roots of any graduation speech, it's customary to thank the parents and staff of our class. Being the main people who have brought us to be who we are will always resonate within our I am to the community for supporting us. So I'll leave it at just that. Thank you for these 13 years. It takes a village. In the words of Anatole France, to accomplish great things, we must not only act, but also dream, not only plan, but Maribel Spark.
I walked through the doors and immediately wanted to. Seriously, those seniors back then looked like they were at least in their 20s. Today, as we cross the stage, we'll see that we look like young and mature adults. I wish I could say we've all changed in terms of personality since freshman year, but I would be lying. Some of us are still as immature as ever, but I guess some things never change. Speaking of things that never change, shout out to Mr. Workentine. How one stays so mobile even after reaching 80 is a mystery to me. No, I'm just kidding, guys. No way Mr. Workentine is 80. We're missing some zeros. Before we get our diplomas, I think it's important to recognize that we didn't make it here alone. I'd like to thank our families and friends for supporting and empowering us, especially during the difficult moments. A big thank you to the teachers for teaching us and putting up with us. If you had a penny for every time you told
It keeps disconnecting, guys.
For not telling me I was going last. So I'd like to start off by reciting the Lawton Community Schools mission statement. Lawton Community Schools exist to provide meaningful opportunities that challenge each student to reach their potential. Through strong connections with students, families, and the community, we prepare our students with the 21st century skills necessary to compete in a global economy. Now, when I first started brainstorming about what I was going to talk about today, the first thing I asked myself was, what did I get out of my high school experience? What do I hold dearest to my heart? What is something that 10, 20, 40 years from now, I'll remember most about being in high school? Instantly, I knew what it was, but I couldn't articulate it. I couldn't put it into words, but I could feel it as if it was a literal physical present given to me from this school. At this point, all progress on my speech was halted. It came to me. The reason I couldn't find the words to describe the feeling I had was because it was something unique to Lawton schools, and Lawton schools alone. What makes our school so special to students, families, and the community. Going to high school here is an experience all on its own. Look at Friday Night Lights in the fall. They're an entire community event. There are signs supporting athletes and students in what seems like every yard all year long. There are countless community fundraisers for all sorts of teams, clubs, and other groups, and there's an actual army of moms ready to share and like every single thing on Facebook about us. But when we were at school, it's like we were a massive family. Everyone had someone they could go to, someone they could connect with, whether it was teachers, friends, administrators, or even the old wise one working team. We all had someone we connected with. And that's what I'm going to miss most about coming here every day. There's nowhere else on this earth that you can spend a half an hour on Fridays taking student life pictures for the yearbook to get out an achievement. There's nowhere else where you can stick posters around the. I am so thankful for every single teacher.
Sturmerton Soccer Memorial Scholarship, the Linda K. Barkalow National Honor Society Scholarship, all go to Ramiro Rodriguez. Matt Zedek Memorial Scholarship, Jessica Greer. Dallas Rucker Memorial Scholarship, Dustin Noble. The Kyle Miller Wrestling Scholarship, James T. Legis Wrestling Memorial Scholarship, both go to Landon Van Wyck. The Vaughn and Phyllis Cornish Memorial Scholarship goes to Harrison Maynard. Edna Rona Memorial Scholarship, Megan Carter. Brianne Hovey Memorial Scholarship, Sierra Lull. Congratulations, scholarship winners.
Xander is Xander
This
is
year,
right there.
we have 24 senior scholars as indicated in your programs. At this time, I would like to recognize our top 10 senior scholars. Please stand and again remain standing until all the names have been read. Ethan Jones, Ivy Strasberg, Kelsey Ruff, Maribel
about the middle of
Suarez
that row.
Munoz, Dustin Noble, Megan Carter, Michaela Allmonger, Alexander Root, Sierra Lull, and Aiden Adams. Congratulations, Lawton, top 10. Next, we will have remarks from, after the presentation of diplomas, graduates casually proceed to your vehicles. Anybody that is going to participate and that are going to watch the parade will exit out through the back, the entrance that you came in. We do have people to direct you. Also, we have Frozen Time Photography and Lawton High School Photography taking pictures here, and those pictures from Frozen Time will be available on the Lawton webpage. This time, please welcome Board President, Mr. Walter Hitchcock.
On behalf of the Board of Education, I'd like to congratulate the class of 2020. And you know what? It's hot, and we had enough speeches. So in the first row, please stand here to receive your diploma.
It's our first day of a full 90 degrees, and it happens to be a high humidity ozone day. So it feels as if it's 100 out here.
Packet and your CA packet for Mrs. Powell. Move your tassel from the left to the right as you cross the stage. Ethan Gary Jones.
Get my fan.
Maribel Suarez Munoz. Graduates, you can return to your seats. Michaela Marie